Hi, this is Eric Kirkpatrick with Kirkpatrick Law Offices. What I would like to talk to everybody about today is something that's been on my mind because of some issues that have come up with a local attorney who has been taking advantage of his clients, basically stealing money from them. So I thought what I would talk today about is what you need to understand at the time of the resolution or settlement of your case, whether it's by resolution by an arbitration or jury award, or settlement where you've agreed with the insurance company or the defendant how much money you're entitled to receive. Probably 95 to 99% of all cases, whether it be a workers' compensation case or a personal injury case such as an automobile accident, are resolved by settlement. There's not as many jury trials as one might think, not as many arbitrations in workers' compensation cases as one might think in light of the number of cases that are out there. So what I want to talk to you about is when your case is completely finished, your lawyer tells you, hopefully, we're resolving your case for X amount of dollars. Then what happens? What are your expectations? What can you expect to happen then? I want you to understand that it's okay to ask questions. I'm sure throughout your case, you've called your lawyer and you've asked questions. You've asked him, have I heard anything yet? You've asked him, when's my trial date? You've asked him, well, what's a deposition? You've asked questions all along the way. But my experience lately with a number of people that are coming to me after being represented by a particular lawyer in St. Clair County is that people don't maybe ask the right questions when their case is resolved. So let's go through that. When my office resolves a case, the money comes in and it is made out to you as my client, and it's also made out to, the other name on the check is Kirkpatrick Law Offices, and then that check has having both our names on it. That check is then deposited into my trust account, not my regular operating account. As a lawyer, I have to have two accounts, one for the office money and one for the client's money that comes in. It's called Illinois has an acronym for it, IOLTA account, but that's beside the point. What you need to know is that account is just for your money. When I distribute that money to you, you will receive a settlement distribution sheet that will show you the amount of the settlement right at the top. Then it will show the attorney fee, the contingency fee, whether it was 33% of the recovery or 20%, just depending on what the nature of the case was. Then it will show you another thing, and that is my costs. My costs are what an outside source charges me. So as a simple example is if I take your case and I pay $50 to Dr. Jones to get your medical records, I pay that up front, but then I get that back at the end. That's part of my risk in taking a case. If I lose that money that I've invested in costs. So you will see the costs. Another thing that you will see on your distribution sheet is if I've had to pay any medical liens, and I'll explain what a lien is in a moment. If I have to pay any medical liens, you will see exactly on my distribution sheet the amount of the medical bill and lien, whether I've reduced it, and how much money they have reduced it to, they being the medical provider, and you'll see a list of those, hospitals, doctors, etc. Another element that you'll see is whether I've had to pay back Medicare. Medicare has a super lien. We always have to pay back Medicare if they've paid for any of your expenses that are related to your treatment. We have to make sure that they're paid because they will sure enough cause grief if we don't. Now, you'll see that on there so that you'll know what is taken out of your settlement. And the bottom line will be the net proceeds to you. That means when you walk out of here, you should know whether all of your bills have been paid. You will know that Medicare's been taken care of, and you will know how much you get in your pocket without further obligation. Unfortunately, what's happened lately with the particular lawyer up here, he wasn't telling people how much they settled their case for. He wasn't telling them what his attorney fee was. He was doing things like taking out $40,000 of a person's, this is an example, he was taking out an amount of money for the idea, or with the idea that he was going to pay the medical expenses, but then he didn't pay those medical expenses. So now people years later are finding out that while their lawyer set back maybe $40,000 for bills, they're just now getting bills from treatment with the doctor from something they thought was taken care of 2, 3, 4, 5 years prior. People don't realize that if they don't ask questions. The purpose of my conversation with you today is to let you know, ask questions when your case gets resolved. You want to know what the amount of the bills were in a personal injury case. You want to know what those bills were. You want to make sure you at least understand if any of those bills are going to be remaining outstanding. You want to know exactly what bills your lawyer has agreed to pay from the proceeds of your settlement. You want to know exactly how much you're going to get in your pocket. You definitely want to see a distribution sheet showing where your money went. Unfortunately, bad things happen. Certain lawyers sometimes, for whatever reason, they don't want to look at their client's best interest. I'm not telling you this because this is a common problem. Most people, most lawyers rather, do exactly the same thing I do, and they keep their clients informed. However, there's that few lawyers that don't, and they try to take advantage of their clients that way. So of all the time, that you ask questions about your case, make sure that at the end you have an understanding what your settlement was, where the money went from the settlement, how much your lawyer got paid, and how much you've gotten paid. Just ask the right questions so that nothing arises 3, 4, 5 years down the line and everything's up front and taken care of. Thank you for your time. My name's Eric Kirkpatrick. Give me a call if I can help you out in any way. 618-239-6070. Thank you.